We're live. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome. Hey, guess what? It's Tuesday. It's MTD, and it is Legends of the Saltmarsh. I am Jay, Neofed3 on the socials. Welcome to our wonderful game. But enough about me right now. We are going to introduce our wonderful and fun players tonight because they're going to have some fun tonight because they got a little bit of a party to finish. So let's start off with who we're gonna throw things up again as we get a little bit. Justin, we're gonna start with you.
Hey. Hi, everybody. Justin Mast here, EdSort1 on Twitter, EdSort2 in the chat. And I am playing, as always, Castron, who is our special goth friend who is a cleric of the Twilight. And he is slightly intrigued on finding his new vampirous friend that has shown up.
I'm not sure who that might be, but you'll probably find out shortly. Maybe.
Most likely.
Most likely, yes. Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna go. You know what? We're just gonna throw things up. Brandon, who are you playing tonight? We're gonna go.
Let's say choose an order, Jay.
Yeah, I know. Too many things to think about.
Hi, I'm Brandon, aka Ashenworks. Find me on the internet as Ashenworks. I am playing Lazuli, who is the Stone Genasi Ranger, who is getting wrapped up in Castron's stuff. And to be specific, we are looking for the lady in red. That's literally all I have written down about this character.
Lady in Red. That's a beautiful song.
Yes, exactly.
And great Gene Wilder movie. But anyway.
Yes. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you. Daniel, who are you playing?
Hey, I'm Daniel, Hadrian X on Discord, and I am playing Violet, who's just kind of a himbo cat man who's just here for the ride, man. He's emotionally well adjusted. He doesn't have a big, complicated, dark backstory. He is just happy to be at a party wearing some fancy
Violet
clothes.
is the best of us.
Yes.
Hey, man, it's better than the swamp.
His parents loved him and supported him in all of his endeavors. Yeah, let that sink in.
All right. Thank you so much. Crucian.
Her parents loved her and supported her in all her endeavors. But I am Muse. I'm playing Muse, the has a healthy relationship with money, part of the party. She is currently pissed. She came to a party to enjoy herself, eat food, and maybe do some mingling. And now she's having the forces that be, for some reason, wanted to bring up some really interesting people for her to meet today. So, yeah, there might be a fire in the future. I don't know, can't say. But yeah, and yeah, that's who we are. So our tiefling sorceress of the team.
You give the GM some good backstory and some good storylines. You know, I gotta play with it a little bit. You know, I gotta.
Next time I'm writing a sentence. That's all you get. That's all.
Hey, I can work with the sentence sometimes. Last but never least, Acerson, who are you playing?
You're getting so good at that name, Jay. I'm so proud of you, buddy.
It only took me 7 sessions, but hey.
Hey, I still don't know who I am, so it's cool. I'm playing Mist. I even put my name on my Zoom screen here so I could look at it in case I forgot. I'm playing Mist, which is, it's hilarious that I forget my own name because she's an Aragenasi mug. So she's like, her parents, she had a good relationship with them, but they were kind of flighty, kind of like, in and out and whooshing around and stuff as Aragenasi do. So, her upbringing was probably a little scatterbrained. Other than that, she's here. She's ready to throw fists to face if need be. And she's completely ready to attempt her horrible attempt at hitting on the good-looking, warrior chick that they met at the dress shop. But, she's not really good at that kind of stuff. So it was bad. But yeah, that's Mist for you.
And before we recap about what we missed last episode 2 weeks ago, a few things we're going to touch base real quick. As being on MTD, one of the things we want to make sure that and say is, if you're not okay, that's okay. And if you need help, there is help out there for you to find. And in the chat, if you need it, there is some information for you. If you're looking for it, please go there and look for your help. We care about you. And as Jake says, which I cannot remember for the life of me exactly, but I'm paraphrasing, you matter. So thank you so much. Also, we do want to thank Jake and MTD in general for letting us run this wonderful game on MTD. So without further ado, where we left off 2 weeks ago is our wonderful group got dressed up for the ball, for a party. They got to get dressed up in some nice fancy outfits, some fancy clothes. They had a great encounter, at least most of them did, on getting dress shopped and some suits and all decked out. They had a carriage that brought them to the party to Primwater's house, which is a gentleman merchant that's in town, a wealthy merchant, very wealthy merchant. It was going well. Everyone was having fun. A lot of people are kind of getting there and having some stuff. And then a few things kind of happened. There was a notice that someone recognized Katrin and kind of introduced herself to him, the lady in red, as one of them, and indicated was curious of where he came from and what lineage he was. And Crucian kind of got a little bit of a vibe from her and shared some information with Lazuli. And just as they were talking and observing some stuff, they noticed she looked around and walked out of the ballroom. Now, also, there was some other stuff that happened. There was a few people like Mist and Muse recognized some individuals that was in an escort that were bodyguards for a particular merchant from Waterdeep. And then there was a little bit of issue that Lazuli had, that he kind of, one of his past came back to torture him a little bit. He got a strange feeling and recognized some eyes that kind of drew from his past, possible possession of sorts. But then everything changed as suddenly
Fire Nation attacked.
What's that?
Nothing. Fire Nation attacked.
As a squad of mercenary militia elves in full elven, like leaf armor and swords and spears became visible. They were invisible and then came invisible as the prince of the elf, an elven prince, was at the party. They surrounded him and with spears out and in at him to capture him. And that's where we're picking up this session. As suddenly,
And that's when the crap hit the fan.
So immediately this happens as the prince is sitting there and he's being surrounded by 4 elven soldiers. And then surrounding that, there's another 4 elven soldiers looking outward. And what's the initial process? There's silence, the music stops, and everyone's like, halt! And the elven prince is kind of looking up going, oh, kind of quite scared. Is anyone doing anything initially? As besides Lazuli and Katrin, you're walking out into the hallway at this moment as you see this.
So I guess in that moment, Katrin, are we still going after Lady in Red, or are we dealing with elves? Kind of like split second, what would you do?
Yeah, elves is more important.
All right. Because like if we saw that, I definitely would have stopped.
Yep.
Or at least like taken in the moment before we figured out what
Yep.
we were doing.
I would do a double take, like just to kind of like look down the hallway to see if she, like I can see her anywhere. But if like, go ahead.
I was going to say, you saw, as you kind of do a quick look, she turned the corner. She kind of turned
Gotcha.
the hallway corner.
And then I just look over at Lazuli, and then we go back into the main.
Okay.
The main.
So the crew is together.
Yes.
The last thing I was doing was complimenting Mist on her dress,
Yes.
which looks very cloud-like, which fits her name, which is Mist. And that I realized that somebody needed to die just based on the look in her eye, and asked, "Who are we killing?"
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. Last thing I was doing was thanking Violet for the compliment on my dress and murdering someone with my eyes. And then at the same time, wondering what exactly Katrin was doing, because it appeared as though he kept trying to tell us or show us something, but kept getting interrupted.
I think that
Sure.
was that Castron or Lazuli?
No, Castron was trying to do like an outfit reveal or something, remember? It kept getting interrupted.
Right.
Yeah, like kept trying to do something fancy, but then got pulled away, and then something else fancy and got pulled away again. And it was,
it's not important right now.
I also did notice Muse kind of oogling the fancy decor, like the really fine silverware and all that, and candlesticks and stuff, and admiring the high quality of the decorations.
And the snacks.
Yes. The sweets.
Yeah, she was definitely into the sweets too.
Well, she was into the sweets because they're her sweets. And she wants to know how they made it down. I mean, she made money residually. She's fine with that. But she's not privy of selling down here. So she's a bit confused about that. But that's back at the back of her mind. They are more pressing things as far as she couldn't give two about the elf. That's not her problem. She don't know what that's his problem. Her problem is across the room. And she, like, the elf thing might have happened. She might have looked out the corner. I saw that, and literally in her mind, like, I don't care. And she's just looking at them the whole time to see what they're doing, where they're going. She sees elves and she goes, she's just kind of like, just looking at the other party across the room.
So as this is happening and the elves kind of surround the rest of the party members, you hear some gasps. The Silver Maiden, who is a bodyguard for the sea merchant, suddenly steps in and kind of moves towards the putting herself in between the elves and him, as well as the two bodyguards that are for the merchant or the lord that's from Saltmarsh. They also kind of step kind of next to him a little bit, not necessarily in front, but just enough that kind of that flanking, so that if he needs to do something, he could. The other people are like, and there's kind of a quick silence. And then the elves start grabbing the prince and kind of pushing him down and kind of restraining him a little bit. And they're talking amongst themselves a little bit about, they're looking at it and they start moving him. And the elven prince is like, what? No, what is that all about? What? And they're like, shut up. And it says, does he have the mock? And they kind of start moving his clothing and actually cut the nice outfit that he's wearing and kind of rip open the back of his shoulder, and they kind of put it down. And one of them says, it's not there. He has no mock. This is not the prince. And they kind of pull him up and they're like, what did you do with the prince? Where did you get this necklace?
That's when I unbutton my cloak and I just kind of take it and put it and like just kind of put over on my shoulder. So now everybody,
Lazuli.
there you go. There you go. Yeah, I just kind of hand it off to him, and now everybody can see the fancy duds that I'm wearing. And then I just kind of walk through to them, and I'm like, "Excuse me, I'm sure you are under official business here, but you are ruining a very nice party, and we would just want to know what is exactly the problem that is going on here."
One of the elvens kind of turns over to you. The other one's got their spears up as they're kind of looking, and he's like, "This does not concern you. This is elven business."
Then you could have chosen a more opportune time.
Yeah. And he turns over and grabs that one of the head leaders. Like, where did you get this necklace? Where? And the imposter, who has been identified now, is like, I got it from a drunk a few weeks ago. I don't know. I can't remember. I was drunk. And he's like, and he takes the necklace off and just throws him down on the ground. And he's kind of looking at you, Cashrin.
Well, you clearly have the wrong person. I would maybe go home and report that to your superior.
Maybe we shall.
Sounded vaguely threatening.
Are they going to steal his stuff?
I think
Probably.
they just tried to steal him.
In front of everyone. It's very brazen.
So Muse finally is like, fine, I'll pay attention to this crap. And so she walks over and she goes, might I ask, is the prince missing?
The prince is missing, but it is not your concern. Take this. Take this
And
imposter.
she pauses. She pauses. She's like, due to the fact that you did it here, unfortunately, it's now everyone's concern, and we might be able to help if you need some assistance. Apparently, you kind of do.
Okay, we're like really good at finding people.
And yeah,
And you seem to have misplaced the whole prince. That seems to be a problem. And he seems to have misplaced the whole necklace. That's an even bigger problem.
Yes, it seems it is. And he's kind of
No.
eyeing you for a second as two of them grab the guy by the arms. And he's like, what is your name?
Some people call me Muse. You can call me acquaintance and maybe business partner. And she puts her hand out.
He doesn't put it.
And she goes, or you can find your prince, I guess. And she goes, Miss, I think they don't need are very good for me. We found the food that you're eating right now. We're good at this stuff, but I guess you have it all in hand. Excuse me for interrupting your very efficient search party. Then she grabs Miss by the arm. She goes, wait for it. And she keeps walking away.
And they're kind of like,
Okay.
and the circle kind of comes out and they start backing up, dragging this guy. And then you hear this booming voice coming from one of the entrances as this 6'8", 6'6", like 6'7", tall, older gentleman with a little bit of a white beard, traditional wizard's clothing, kind of walks in with this and is like, I believe you have disturbed the party. And then next to him, you recognize the alchemist, Merilith. Excuse me, Makatra, Makastr, who you met earlier in the first episode when you delivered some stuff to his new house. And he kind of very arcane symbols around him, and he's like, Elven God. And the other one, the elf guard, kind of turns to him. And the wizard's like, your presence here seems to be quite disruptive. Your presence clearly needs to be finished so that we may continue to party, as Muse has offered her services and you've declined. I suggest your presence should be no longer here, since your opportunities are no longer. And there's a little bit of eye contact between the head elf and the wizard. And it's very, very clear that it's like, there's kind of a little bit of a standstill. Is anyone doing anything during this moment of pause?
Sorry, while people were the most distracted, would be filling my pockets with as much candy as I possibly can. And if there's any particularly sharp silverware, that is where guests can reach it, pocketing that as well.
I'm not even going to have you roll because, yes.
There's stuff going on.
Yeah, there is enough going on. Not a problem. So.
Uh,
I think Mist is gonna walk over by Violet and kind of help load stuff into pockets, but go. You should go see if you can steal that necklace back. They're all like arguing right now.
Okay, yeah, I'll sneak over as close as I can to. So that, I mean, that the elf imposter was kind of cast aside by them,
No,
right?
he's still in the center.
Oh, he's in the
And
center.
they took the necklace off of him. And so the head guy has the necklace, and there's 4, and then there's more surrounding. So there's 2 circles of guards. 2 of the soldiers have him. There's the main that's kind of in front who has the necklace, and then there's another ring of 4 elf soldiers.
I will go to the nearest shadow to the head guy that has the necklace and try to hide.
Okay. Everyone can see you, so there's really not shadows. And I don't believe you have a hide in plain sight as an ability. So
No.
Yes, Muse. You're muted.
you did.
So Muse is going to actually send a message to the guy in the middle, the imposter.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to say, do I have a limit on words? Because it's
Oh, the spell message?
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
So
25 words, I think.
yeah,
That's sending.
that's sending.
Oh,
I can
that's
say
sending,
as
sorry.
many things as I want.
You have
Apparently.
6 seconds of words.
Yeah. So she's gonna say, because they can whisper back and only I would hear.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna say, where did you get the necklace from?
You're
And then she explains, I'm the tiefling that you just saw speaking, by the way. Don't look over my way either. Don't do that. Just whisper and answer me back.
and
And that's all she can say.
and that's to the imposter, correct?
Imposter, yeah.
Imposter elf, I should say.
Mhm.
He looks directly at you because he's just has no clue, and he doesn't figure
So
out.
she turns away.
And then
she turns.
He literally
she turns,
says, "I don't know. I was drunk."
and she hisses back as she turns and she like walks over to the thing. She goes, I said to whisper and not to look at me. Either you listen or you die. I mean, they're gonna kill you. So where did you get the necklace from?
And suddenly he kind of figures it out of like, oh yeah, and that initial calmness of like that prepping of like dice, like, and in his mind he's like, I don't know, I bought it off some guy on the street for some alcohol. I was drunk, he was drunk, he wanted more alcohol, I had it, he sold me his necklace for alcohol.
Was he an elf?
Yes.
Interesting. Do you have anybody who would care if you die or alive?
Not really. Yes. Maybe, but I. And during this, that's about 6 seconds or so.
Mhm.
The head elf looks at the wizard again, and the wizard's like, "Your time is done," and off, like, literally opens his hand to walk them, and they start walking out the main entrance carrying this guy, and he's carrying him. The elves are kind of moving out. They're kind of doing the circle about if anyone charges them, they've ready in action, and they're moving their way out.
Oh, so Muse gonna say one last. She's like, can you describe the guy? The elf.
He was a drunk elf.
At that point, I walk over to Muse and go, I know who he's talking about. Just let it go.
And so you don't know what she's saying.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So she has a slight idea of who somebody gave money to this drunk before she remembers. She's saying, yeah, she kind of goes, but she also realized she's been distracted. So she's going to look back to where she was looking previously, the other group.
Mm-hmm.
He's screwed. He doesn't have any more money, and apparently nobody cares if he's alive or dead. So she's already, there's no money in this one. So she's gone back to looking across the room.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone stop them as the elves leave to go out?
Well, sorry, again.
No, go ahead, Violet.
Yeah, Violet.
Not knowing any of the conversation Muse just had, but having heard them talking about a drunk elf, I would recognize it if it was Ricky from, I want to say, session 2.
You don't know because they haven't talked about it. The imposter did yell it out. You probably think it might be, but again, there's a lot of.
But the guy that's in the circle is not the guy that I followed that night. Okay.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay. Well, not knowing anything else and having the last directive I'd been given by Mist was to try and get that guy, I'd be shadowing them on the way out.
And then as they're walking
Trying to follow
out,
them.
they're
Not stopping them, but trying to stealthily follow them.
okay. They leave the main room, and you're kind of walking out.
I do want to do one last thing before they leave.
Yes.
So they, as they're leaving, I just kind of catch right up to them and just be like, then besides, so I understand identity theft is a crime, but is that he inadvertently did that? So, I mean, this man is just a buffoon. That is all. Why must you punish him as you that you intend to do?
And they're kind of walking out. He's like, we will find if this buffoon has anything else.
I mean, he just says he was drunk and he just happened to find a pretty necklace. I mean, I'm sure that's all that he would know.
We will find out. It is not your concern. Unless you want to
Again,
make it your concern.
Again, you did kind of jump in the middle of a party and
Lazuli is
and-
at Castron's shoulder just to have another body there.
yeah. And I mean, again, he's got the fine dress on. He's got his and he kind of slicks his hair back, and then this is the one and only time anybody's ever seen him try to be kind of intimidating with the fangs. But he like draws out the fangs a little bit and just kind of goes, I mean, I can be quite efficient in extracting information. If you'd like my assistance with this, we can take you to a side hallway and I will take care of this.
And they kind of back up the spears, and then some of the swords kind of come up a little bit more, and they're just backing out and and there's a little bit of a hint of fear in them, but they're like okay, it's time to go. They're like they want to go, and they're getting out the front door.
Muse will then send another message. Before Violet disappears, she will whisper to Violet or message Violet and be like, Violet, keep an eye on where they're going.
Wait, I'm doing the right thing for once?
She would probably get that back and she goes, yes. And if you can always alleviate them of the necklace.
Got it. And I also know what alley the drunk elf we met sleeps in.
Oh,
If that's worth anything.
Okay.
yeah, I think that's who he talked to. or got it from. So
I mean, there could be other drunk elves in town.
yeah, we just go find all of them. That's all.
Although in my experience, elves are usually pretty tight-laced, so
Yeah.
a little.
Well,
That's
this
why I was
one-
intrigued by the drunk elf.
Yeah, and this one was a drunk elf too, wasn't it? So that's 2 drunk elves. What a week we're
Yeah.
having. Yeah, we're having quite a week.
Yeah, the
So-
population of drunk ne'er-do-well elves that I have encountered in my life has gone up infinitely in the
Gone
last
up
the week of living here.
twice.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really interesting. But yeah, keep an eye on. I guess if you can save his life, he might be useful or something. But yeah, don't let them see
In
you.
the party. We
What?
care about the neck. How did the guy even get in the party? He's like fancily dressed. He's got the necklace. How did he get in?
He got invited
Probably
because he's a
question.
prince.
Probably
Okay.
the same way we did, and then I just kind of.
Well, we actually got invited.
Yeah, he probably got invited too.
But how did he know? Did he just go
There's a
along
lot
with
of
it, I
questions.
guess?
There's a lot
Okay,
of questions.
whatever.
You get the sense that everyone thought he was an elven prince because he had the necklace. He
The
had the
necklace.
necklace, which is the official royal seal of the elf.
Okay.
And then
Well,
because of
and
that, he was
Lazuli,
Right.
He probably got it a couple days ago. Like,
Lazuli would have known this because Lazuli's dealt with Fey politics
Mhm.
before. Brandon had no idea.
Yep. So it's from the sounds of it, this guy acquired the necklace. From the sounds of it, possibly from a drunk. He got the
Right.
necklace, figured out what it was, got some nice clothes, and has been imposing as the elven prince around town for a while, and got invited to all the parties, and everyone's probably been dishing out all the nice things for him. Word got back that the prince is here, and they showed up. Yeah.
So Violet
Mm.
will stash his fancy hat and jacket behind a convenient tapestry and then go full shadow mode
Okay.
and try and follow them
We will
with great stealthiness.
We will get to that in a moment or two. As the crowd starts going, the wizard stands up and says, Grimwater, apologies for this inconvenience, I have no doubt. But this is a party. My arrival is here, so shall we continue? And Primwald said, yes. Drinks, continue, please, music. And then the music kind of starts playing again, and Primwater and the wizard greet each other and start talking. The alchemist that's with them as well, they start chatting a little bit here and there. What is the rest of you doing as things start to seamlessly start to go back to normal? Some people are still a little nervous about things and they're kind of skittish, but some of them they're just like whatever, and they just kind of go back into sipping.
Muse is gonna look over at Cash and like, you cleaned up well.
I do surprise from time to time.
Time to time.
You do. I was just going to say you look very nice. I'm pretty sure you owe me a dance too.
That I
Yeah, you do.
Let's go dance.
Lazuli gonna like start to offer and then go.
Do you want to dance with him?
No, you two go right ahead. No, Lazuli was gonna offer one to Muse and then kind of stops and is like, Muse even care right now? I think Muse is more worried about 6 other things right now. Muse, we should sit and talk while they dance.
She hears the whole dance and she's like, she would like, yeah, you do. And then she just goes back to like zoning in on this other group of people that she can't stand at this moment. And she would have heard the let's go sit down thing. She's like, yeah, just like really absentmindedly. That sounds like a good idea.
There's a table where you can directly stare at them, and also I think the other one is possessed by a demon. Okay, come on. They got Muse's attention, And then Muse comes along.
I keep forgetting she's, what? Okay, yeah, let's go sit down. I can't. I should have stayed home. I mean, hotel, whatever. This is stupid. And so she goes down. She's like, cause the deep.
Yeah, Lazuli's gonna flag down someone to get some drinks and then just be like, all right, so I know a little bit about what's happened in Baldur's Gate, but seems like that lord over there is not your forte.
No, not really. I think I haven't quite put my finger on him. It's the thing behind him that.
Okay, so
Not
there's
really
two
much.
things behind him. There's
The
the
one
thing I'm
over
dealing
that.
with and the thing you're dealing with.
Aren't they the same thing? Because I
They're
would.
two different. They're two different.
No. She was just like I would believe that the thing I'm dealing with is possessed to do what he did, but
No, unfortunately not.
oh,
I don't.
well, that
I don't
sucks.
know. I don't know the person, but I
Hmm.
recognized the eyes. It was only
Oh,
for a second.
I was just gonna say it made it even doubly better that I kill him, but keep going, keep going.
Well, we'll just kill both. It'll be fine.
But if they're employed by the one in the front, then he's no good. You don't
he
keep
has
bad company like
poor
that,
taste in bodyguards. That's for sure.
or good taste if you think about it.
Well, they've fair. So yeah, I recognize the look. I don't know from where. It's like nagging at me. But I
Do
recognize
you
the eyes and
know?
it felt like a possession
Do you
of some
know
kind.
what you gain from a possession?
A host, information, influence.
Power, by any chance?
I mean, based off most that I've studied, they don't do it for power because they're already powerful, unless you count the influence over someone that isn't their host.
Mm,
Because in this case, he's just some lowly bodyguard for a lord. Like, that's not renounding or anything. Not like he's a great adventurer like us. Takes another swig.
uh, well, we can't do anything in this party. We're not going to
Oh
be
no, there's
rude
only been one
elves.
interruption.
Yeah. But it's good to know that they're here, and we need to figure out where they're staying
Yeah.
and why they're here. Because I doubt they came here just for a party.
Real quick aside, none of us recognize the wizard.
You don't recognize the wizard, but you've heard of the wizard. This is
Okay.
Keelerk. It's Kelerek. I'll put it in chat. He is well known in Saltmarsh as a very powerful and main wizard currently living in Saltmarsh. He lives in a tower in the upper cliff face.
Don't they all?
And
They all live
he
in towers.
he's very tall.
He is very
Wait.
tall.
We're out of character. Is it the same guy? Like we heard about a wizard in regards to when we got the displacer beast pelt that could do enchantments with that.
That is the wizard.
Oh, yeah.
That is the wizard that
Okay.
could do potentially enchantments. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which presumably your characters would remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We don't.
He's the only main wizard of resident wizard, powerful wizard in the area. So.
Well, we can't deal with them in the meantime, so we'll have to wait and see where they live, what they do, learn their strengths and weaknesses. In the meantime, should we introduce ourselves to the all-powerful wizard and talk about either the Displacer Beast or, we've been dealing with a lot of Feywild shenanigans. We have options.
Yes, we can go introduce ourselves.
It may distract you for a moment while we think of something to deal with. You just seem very spaced out, and I'm not used to this, and I'm kind of freaking out a little.
Are the ladies from the shop there?
No, the ladies are not here.
Because they would know everything.
Oh, the gossips, yes.
Yeah, the gossips will know everything. She goes, yeah, there's nothing that we can do about them anyway. So I guess let's go talk
Let's
to the
go and
man
get
who
information
had
on
to
them,
learn.
like where they came from and how they got here.
All right. Well, we can at least find out from the man who had to learn his spells what's going on around here.
And as you do that, we're going to cut back to the dancing partners. Conversation while you dance in this and how long you're dancing for. Please take it away. And I will need, at one point, I will need a performance check for both of you on how well you dance.
I was waiting on that.
You seem rather distracted right now.
1 second, I have to ask Jay something out of character.
Yes.
If I use my levitate, can I have advantage on my dance? Like, so I float just like an inch above the ground?
Hell yes. Oh, hell yes. Oh my God, that is beautiful. And you will get stared at. Everyone will be looking at you.
Okay, so I'm going to roll my performance for you real quick with the advantage.
Both of you, yeah.
I got a crit. So a 22 total for my levitated dancing.
Oh, you're just beautiful. You're graceful. It's just beautifully graceful. And
I got a 17, so it's all good.
Ooh.
everyone is admiring
right
your
up.
dancing.
It's like we've done this before.
Exactly. And you will be the talk of the town afterwards about the dancing. So yeah, you're...
It's just like when we did at the, you remember.
Oh, on the ship? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on the ship, yes.
There were more ropes involved in that, though.
Yeah. Gliding and flying around, yeah.
Is it... I feel really weird here tonight.
Yes, it is awfully strange. Strange here.
I usually don't get uncomfortable around people because it's kind of like, I like to talk to people.
Sure.
But like, I've never been to a party where somebody got arrested in the middle of the party.
You've clearly been to the wrong parties. But not that I would know about that.
Have you been arrested?
No. Well, and then he kind of like looks down a little bit, and then he goes, "Well, when I was a young man, and I came from my farm into the big city of the Waterdeep to seek my fortune, and I fell into the wrong crowd of people, shall I say? And so, yes, there were many times when someone would get either arrested or there'd be a scrap or something, that kind of thing."
So you're one of those guys from the wrong side of the tracks. She says it kind of like teasingly.
Oh, well, I've been on both sides of the tracks, I guess, because now I'm in a fancy party. But I started out in a humble farm.
Well, we're a great group of people, so it's okay.
Yes, I agree.
What do you think they're talking about over there?
They are plotting something because Lazuli seemed to be intense on something or someone.
He's always intense.
Yeah, but he means well. So if something were to, go wrong, I mean, he would be the first to spring into action, unless it is, 8 armed elven guards that just randomly appear in the middle of a fancy party.
Yeah, that was really weird.
I feel bad for the supposed prince. I wish we could have done more for him.
I wonder who he got the necklace from.
I have a very good idea of where he got the necklace from.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
I have absolutely no clue.
And then he kind of like looks around to see if anybody's then that's kind of notices everybody's paying attention to their dance, and he goes, I believe I loaned someone some money at some point. It probably was unrelated, but you never know.
Do you remember who you loaned it to?
Yes, it was that gentleman in the bar.
I don't remember him.
That's all right. That's all right. You seem distracted yourself.
It's the floating. It takes some concentration.
He kind of takes your hands and like squeezes them a little bit more, and he goes, Is it the floating?
I mean, yes.
You can talk to me about. I can tell something is weighing heavily on your mind.
Well, it's not gravity right now.
Indeed, it's not.
We should go see if we can find that guy that you loaned the money to.
I agree. That may be the way to help get the imposter out of jail.
You want to float me over by the other guys so we can tell them that we know where to go?
Just give a push. But as I push, it's more like I take your hand and give it like a spin.
Mm-hmm.
A spin, and then...
It's a fancy performance dance push.
Yeah.
We're now a Beyblade.
Yeah.
So you float push me over to the table where the other two are.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal dancer, by the way. Just so you guys know.
And when she says that, I take my cloak back from Lazuli and then just immediately wrap myself back up.
Mist, as you get over there and you start talking, your eyes linger across the room, and you notice the Silver Maiden was watching you dance. And she seems to be watching you periodically.
I think Mist probably kind of turns a little bit over to Muse, and she's like, "Oh my god, she's looking at me."
Muse goes, "I wonder if she thinks you're a caster." No, y'all look really cozy. You know.
Would that really be so bad? And then he just kind of sits down.
She looks at Castra and she the eyebrow of her. She leave that one alone. She's like, that might be expensive one day.
What do I do?
Go ask her for a dance.
Well, that, or you can walk by her and see if she says anything to you.
Oh, that's a good plan. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Take the long way.
I'm gonna take the long way to the bathroom. Yeah. And she kind of plops and hits the floor, so she's actually walking. And she turns off and starts to take the long way to the bathroom past the woman that she was poorly hitting on.
and she kind of sits there. She's just, again, very, very, her hair's been done up a little bit. She's wearing a different a dress, and she's just kind of sitting there, and she kind of sees you, very plain, very unfocused look at times. It's just kind of like, and kind of sees you and kind of looks at you as you're walking by, and almost nervous to say something, but she's also on duty, and the other, the sea captain is talking, and she's just standing there. It's just kind of like obliviously bored, and they're just talking.
I think Miss is going to continue to the bathroom, but when she sees her looking at her, she's just going to give her a little like wave as she walks by.
And she kind of like,
Muse probably would have traced her. Muse probably would have, because she knows about all of them. She would have looked at them, seen it. She's just like, oh my God, both of them are absolutely hopeless.
yes.
She's like, oh God. Well, I guess I need to. She goes, fine. I guess I need to do something to kick this into the gear. And then she looks over, she goes, do you mind, Castron?
Yeah. I have how that, and then he just he gets flustered from the situation, and then he just goes, I need to go outside, and then he just leaves. Like literally, I'm leaving.
And Muse goes, another thing to put in that might become expensive, and she goes, didn't see that one coming. Interesting. That could become really expensive, actually.
And we're gonna pause for right there as Violet is sneaking out.
Yes, thank you.
And going and trying to be stealthy and watching this group of elves leave the main and start walking down. And this imposter is yelling, no, please help me. And at one point they just knock him out because they're tired of him yelling, thrown over the shoulder, and they start going. And Violet, just as you get outside and you're standing there, you kind of look, and as one of them turns around, you try to jump into the hiding spot and land face first. You trip over something and just kind of make this big old noise of the bucket and everything else as you're trying to hide behind this wall.
Notably not falling on my feet.
Yeah,
at all.
You actually fall on your hands. You kind of kip up a little bit, but but because you made so much noise that they look back at you, and you're kind of like, and you kind of give behind the wall, and as you're kind of waiting there for a second, you look to your right, and you see one of the elves. It's not part of the group, because you kind of counted them all up. All the group that came out are accounted for. But you realize they probably had a few more on the perimeter or on different locations. But this one is on the wall about 4 feet off the ground, encased in web. And slowly his neck is dripping with blood.
Whoa. Quick investigation check to figure out if there's anything around.
Give me an investigation check.
Not that it's matter, but I'm gonna check my. Yeah, that's a 6.
You didn't roll a nat 1, did you?
No, I rolled a 3. Modifier's a 3.
So you're looking at it, and it's like you're looking around, and there's nothing. And as you can't sense anything or see anything. It's just there's in the corner on the wall, there's this dead elf in webs in the armor, but his throat's been slit and it's just kind of draining.
I'm gonna pop up and say, "Is that guy with you?" And then dart right back into the house
Okay, so you're
and just point at him. I'm abandoning operation of things.
yeah, you're running right back in, and it'll be a
Violet not super exposed to magic things like giant, like I don't know, people being encased in webs and whatnot. So,
Mhm. Um,
and also has drank more than he ever has in his life. So
he doesn't know what he sees. Yeah, there's so
my powers of stealth have escaped me.
in one more thing we're gonna do, and then you're gonna be coming in just as Lazuli and Muse approach the wizard. So you're gonna be coming in just around that time. But Mist, as you make your way to the bathroom, the restroom, there's a surprisingly there's a larger bathroom here. There's a women's bathroom and a men's bathroom, restrooms, and it's not very big. It's like 2 stalls, but a nice vanity mirror, and there's a center of cushion behind the 2 stalls. You go in, anything specific, or you just freshening up, or are you taking any time in here?
I mean, she's gonna kind of like freshen up, like look at her hair and stuff in the mirror, maybe futz with her dress a little bit, but she really only came in here as an excuse to walk past the woman. So
Yeah.
she doesn't really have any like long-term plans for her relationship with this bathroom.
Give me a perception check, please.
Okay. Perception. 12.
As you're in there, as you're on your way out, you look down, and out of the corner of your eye in the mirror, you see something red on the floor.
Oh, did somebody spill wine? Oh, that's unfortunate. She kind of walks over to maybe grabbing some, like a towel or something on the way.
As you look a little bit further, it's coming from the stall, and it's not wine, and there's actually a lot of the red.
Oh, it's just going to ruin the night. I wish I had that spell that Muse uses where I can yell at her in her head like she does to me. And she's gonna like hurry out of the bathroom, and are there like, I don't know, yeah, she's gonna like hurry out of the bathroom, and she's gonna go to where, as far as she can, like to where she can see Muse and Lazuli and the guy and the guys, and kind of like kind of waving her arms.
So as you're walking towards it, you see Muse. And Violet, as you're kind of hustling in and grabbing your cloak, you see Muse. You're actually closer to Muse than the rest of them.
Well, and the whole way back, he would have been whispering, not really understanding how the if he had any responses left. But then when he sees her, he will say it loud.
I'd also like to think I met Violet outside because
Yeah, that's right. You went outside.
yeah,
That's
you were
right.
running
So, yeah,
outside.
you met Muse as Violet's coming
okay.
back.
Violet.
As Violet's coming back, you
Yeah.
met at the front door.
Well,
Yeah.
which way did they go?
No, we need to leave. There's giant spiders. They're going to be here any minute. And they already took out some of those elves guys. And I don't know.
All right.
I've been to a fancy party before, but I'm pretty sure this isn't how they're supposed to go.
No, nothing about this has gone the way that anybody
Yeah.
ever thought it would be.
There was webs, and I don't know.
It's all right. Just use a breathing technique.
Vibe check on this
In,
party is
out,
no longer good.
in. Just breathe with me. Okay, good. Good. All right.
Please just get our friends. Get out.
Yes, let us go back inside. And so yeah, that now we all meet in like the hallway. Like Miss comes running up this way and everybody else is
Vampires and spiders and webs.
More than likely, exactly how this is happening, everybody is saying something to me. She's standing there like,
You come to the bathroom with me. And she
No,
grabs her and pulls her in the bathroom. And I take her to the stall with the blood coming out of it because I figured out at this point that it's blood. So I'm assuming it's blood.
and then she's probably hearing Violet.
Oh,
like,
good. We'll
behind
hide in the
saying,
bathroom. That's a great idea. Yeah,
Oh,
things are about to go down.
"Oh,
There's a body in here.
Okay. And she goes, time out. Okay. One thing at a time. So did Violet follow us into the bathroom?
It sounds like
Probably.
he did, or did
Probably.
Yes.
he? Did
Yeah.
everyone else
Because-
go into the bathroom?
Because I thought it would be a hiding place.
I think Castron and Lazuli would kind of stand outside, considering it's probably a women's restroom.
It is.
Yeah, and so we would stand outside and just kind of.
I assumed it was single occupancy and it didn't matter. I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
We don't have gendered bathrooms in the
No.
bog.
That's true.
It was just a thing. So she's being led by Miss, and then she's also hearing vampire, the spider, well,
Spiders. No,
being-
giant spiders. There's giant spiders.
And so
They
she's
already
like,
killed
"What
some of the elf guys.
In the back of her head, she's
The
like,
elf
I
guys.
should have just stayed. Like, she's not really like, this is ridiculous. And so she gets dragged in, and she noticed Violet, because she's like, but she's like, she starts to say, Violet, you need to. She's like, I don't care. She's like, come on, Violet. And so, she says, okay, Miss, where is the, and does she see the red?
Yeah, as you enter, you kind of see it coming from, and as you open the stall, you see an elf in armor, webbed to the toilet seat with his neck, with his neck sliced and just draining.
So she turns to Violet and she goes, eh?
Just like that.
And she shuts the door. She's like, give me a second. Okay. She opens the door again. she pulls up. Remember, she had her little hidden.
Yep.
She pulls it out and she goes, I hate this. And so she cuts the webbing to get more of this elf. And she goes, Does he have like the whole insignia and everything?
He's definitely wearing the armor. Give me an investigation check to see.
Oh, that's not really her forte, but we shall see. Oh, 17. That's not bad.
Yeah, so it's not immediately visible, but then over a patch, like a piece of the armor or like whatever patch, there is a little bit of, there's the royal signal or insignia in the armor itself.
She's then going to check the wound to see, is it more of a slot, like something sliced it, or
With your investigation, it looks like it was a very sharp object, kind of sliced through it. It was definitely
was it clean?
Yes, very clean, very fast, very clean, and it almost took his entire head off. So whatever it was very strong. But
she looks up. She's like webbing, so she looks up. Is the webbing just on
it's
him,
just on
or
him,
is there
on the seat itself? When you look up,
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna look up. I mean, like,
I'm glad I'm just at the table by myself right
yeah,
now.
you're outside the doors.
Right.
You two are outside.
Yeah, you're outside with me.
You're outside.
Oh, okay, I
with
got dragged with.
Catherine, yeah.
Perfect.
It almost looked like there's 5 like pinholes, and next to there's like 5 pinholes up in the ceiling, and then a little bit further down there's like 4 more pinholes that are kind of like in the ceiling.
And she looks up, she goes, definitely spiders. And can she tell by the,
With
like the spacing between the things, how big?
With your investigation, it appears that someone is very strong, has very sharp nails, and was holding themselves up in the room.
Yeah. She goes, so we have options. We can either care about this or we can go home.
I mean,
I will.
No, Violet, what do you need to go? Yeah.
Being slightly calmed by this whole investigation, if there's any weapons on the elf, I would like to grab
I knew
them.
that
'Cause
was
they would
gonna
make me
happen.
feel better.
I knew that was
There's a
going to happen.
sword.
Which is why
There's
which is
an
why she
elven
cut-
longsword.
she cut him because she knew that Violet would probably want to go shopping. So, she goes, okay. Don't touch anything because we didn't do this.
Except that sword
Don't know what
that
you're talking
Violet just
about.
picked up. Okay.
Nope, don't know what you're talking about. And
Came with
Nope.
us.
mm-mm. But you're gonna have to hide that, Violet, because remember there is no weapons. And as she's saying that, she puts her dagger back. And she goes, "Yep, no weapons here."
There's a window.
Right.
Should we
How
escape through the
about-
window?
No, because that makes us look guilty.
And as you look, it is unlocked currently.
Okay, she's gonna look out the window. She will look out the. It's there,
Yep.
but she's gonna take her dress, hold it to the window, and open it that way. She's not touching
Okay.
it. And she's gonna look out the window. I wish I had mage hand. She's gonna do that.
And it's the side of the building, and it's a little bit further down is where, like, if you go left is where right is where the main entrance is from the thing. But yeah, it's on the main floor.
I think we need to have a meeting about. Oh wait, the pins. Do I see like where it went?
Nope, it just was in there, and it was someone that was in the seat, holding themselves in the ceiling.
Like holding themselves. And then she goes, female bathroom, male elf. Huh. Her mind starts to race and she starts to go over all the people she's seen at the ball. Did she recognize the lady in Reddit or she didn't? She was too busy staring at.
She was
not.
too busy staring.
Yeah. So she wouldn't have noticed the lady. So she kind of goes,
You
all
would have
right.
seen the lady. There's like several people within the party, and those were the notable individuals, but you did not see her leave.
Right. Okay, so she's gonna go, okay, because she wouldn't know this part. So she's going to go, so there's 2 people and then there was 1 people. And one of them people went up there and clearly did not leave that way. So we have a people problem because I didn't see any spiders. Did any of you guys see any spiders? So
Can we go poke our head out the window at least?
you can go do that. I'm gonna go get the guys.
I'm gonna poke the sword out first, and then
Yep.
poke my.
Mist, there's a realization. There's a possibility that when you came into the bathroom, that wasn't there when you first thought when you came into the bathroom.
What wasn't there?
You didn't notice
The hole.
the hole. It's almost, there's a strong possibility in your back of your mind that when you came into the bathroom, you noticed the blood was pretty fresh as it was running.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't look up.
No, I didn't.
You were in there.
I have a very pretty dress that was distracting me.
Yes.
Um, I guess Mist is gonna kind of go over to the window
Mhm.
with Violet and take a peek out the window too. And see if we can see anything. But yeah, she's gonna kind of tell everybody. So when I was in here,
Only Violet's in there with you because I've launched.
oh yeah, okay. So Violet, when I was in here before, there was blood on the floor, but it was kind of like still under the stall. I kind of think I might have interrupted the person getting murdered and not realized it. Now that I think about it.
And the window is open.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about the
It
window.
was definitely unlocked when you got to it.
Unlocked, not.
In a jar. It was unlocked in a jar.
Violet's seen some stuff tonight.
Do I
He's,
remember? Sorry.
whatever the sharp.
Based off your perception check, Mist, you don't believe the window was. You believe the window was locked, but you can't remember.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw a piece of silverware at those pinholes.
Okay.
It just clinks off the wall.
Clinks off the wall. Yep.
Okay. Oh, thank God.
Lazuli.
So while they're doing that,
Mist, or Muse, you come outside.
Muse comes out and she goes, "Okay, here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Dead body.
All right, obvious.
Remember what Violet was talking about, the webbing thing? Yeah.
Okay. So
Webbed
two.
up, pretty much almost head chopped off. Very clean, very nice. The part that bothers me is
Uh-huh.
what's on the ceiling.
And I come look.
And then she goes, "You might want to see this for yourself."
Yeah.
All right.
We both kind of step in there, and I just kind of, and I just to be able to go.
And so she stays outside just to make sure that nobody comes to the bathroom while they go see.
All right. Ranger Lazuli time. I'm thinking survival check to identify the creature that made the holes.
Okay. How about the investigation first?
I would like to assist you.
You have higher intelligence than I do.
I do.
Do you? I don't know.
I have a 13. I have a 13 intelligence.
Give me an investigation with advantage first.
Okay.
Okay.
And based off of that, we'll see how you're surviving.
So
I have a +2 in investigation. What do
I
you
have a
in
+3.
investigation?
So
You do it.
I'll do it.
You have advantage.
That is a 10. One was a nat 1.
Yeah. So as you're looking around, you're like it's blood, and you kind of look up and you're like, you see the print, but it's kind of like it's almost anything.
Yeah, and I look at the pins, and it basically is this. I look at the pins, and I go, it could be, and I keep staring at the blood on the floor and just kind of going, that looks good. Sorry, I'm salivating right now.
Which is very distract. Why you're probably focusing on that. Zulu, give me your survival check, just straight.
How many toes does Castron have?
Toes? Oh,
There's 5 on the top and 4 on the bottom. So
no, I have all 10.
Do I have anything that I can force to give me advantage on this?
We've eliminated
'cause
one
I'm
suspect.
A ranger.
Not based on the roll. No, you're no advantage. I'm sorry.
No, I'm looking at all
your
of my
stuff,
class
okay.
abilities, Jay.
What is your favorite enemy? Do you have a favorite enemy yet?
That doesn't help me here.
All right.
I got bonuses to stealth from that.
Okay.
No, that's a solid. Even with my +5 survival, that's an 8.
Wow. Yeah, you're like something. You're kind of amazed that something was grasping. The hole should have been bigger.
Now, Okay, so logic thing more than anything else. Look at, because I heard I would have been caught up on the one outside
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Yeah.
I would immediately be like, okay, bathroom window, lookout window. Do I see the second one?
No, because it's actually further down and around the corner. So it's
Okay.
within. You can't see it, but it's within a movable.
But I can make the conclusion that might have happened.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This was probably the first one. Went out the window, then went to that one, and probably was very, very fresh as.
All right.
So we're on
Whatever
the.
it is, it's gone.
I still went to check out one other area. And then with that, I kind of opened the window further
Mhm.
and then used my spider climb, which as a Dampier I can use all the time. And I'm just like, let me check the roof real quick. And then I just kind of shimmy my way out of the window. I take my cloak off.
Looking out the window.
I take the cloak off. I take my suit jacket off. I give that to Lazuli again, and then I climb out the window and just go up on the roof.
I'll follow with my. I have natural climb ability too.
Okay. So has anyone ever seen Castrin spider climb?
Did a little
we-
bit on the boat.
We did on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The clarification, because it would have been a little bit shocking.
Like,
But
look, we all know.
Yep.
We figured it out.
Yeah, we figured it out the first session. He's a chef.
yes. So Castrin and Violet, you get on top of the roof and you're searching around, you're looking. You don't see anything unusual up here. Things are. You can hear the noise of the party a little bit from this, but yeah, it's dark out. There's no telltale signs or anything like that up here.
Is there like a further tower? Like, can I get higher?
No, not from here. It's further. It's like several houses away. There might be a little bit larger, but
Can we see the front, like the main entrance where where I last saw
as
the
you
elves?
walk over, you can kind of see where that. Now, remember where you were kind of off to the side a little bit, kind of hidden because you're trying to hide. So it was against. It's not where the front entrance where this happened is not visible. So anyone coming in and out won't see where this dead guy is. They actually have to kind of go around the corner a little bit and around a wall. And that's where you were following, and that's where it is. And as you kind of go on the roof and you look down, you kind of can see down there that, yeah, it's still there.
And the elves are long
The
gone.
elves are long gone.
Is what? Yeah.
I turn to Violet and I'm just like, I am going to climb down and kind of explore could you point me out the direction of where your other odd thing was? Web.
Yeah. No, that sounds great. Yeah, I'll just take you down there
I-
and
No,
just starts climbing down.
okay.
So in the meantime, just really quick, I'll look at using mist and be like, so I have a guess. There was this.
I'm outside.
lady-
I'm not
I'm
inside.
gonna.
I'm guarding to make sure we don't get in trouble.
Well, okay. Well, I'll close the window. I'll take the cloak and use it to close the window, having learned from Muse. And then I will grab Mist and be like, okay, we're gonna leave because they're gone. They fucked off.
Oh. Okay.
So we'll head outside. I'll grab Muse. And I'll say, okay, so I have a guess. There was this lady in a red dress who left before the elves showed up. And Castrin and I were gonna follow her, and I'm kind of glad we didn't.
Uh,
Though, the dead
Wow.
have it easy because they don't have to deal with this. So maybe I'm wrong.
Why do you think it's
wait.
her fault?
yeah.
She
Well,
gave off. Castrin got a bad feeling, and then I got a bad feeling.
I mean, Castron always has a bad feeling. So
No, this was a bad,
a bad feeling.
like actual, not just gloom and
As-
doom, like bad feeling.
As in, As in knowing what, as in that.
But that doesn't make any sense because if
But
she
aren't
was
they kin?
like, do they shoot
I didn't get
spider webs too?
details.
Is that something that
It-
Castron can do that we don't know?
This is why I wanted to chat, because I don't know, because we all had random. Why are there so many backstory elements at this party?
It's almost like this is
Lily's
coming
like,
to
I
an
write
end.
books. I can't deal with this.
So she goes, okay, let's see. This is the information we have. There is an elf prince that is missing.
Yes.
We know
Yes.
that. There is some murderous a-holes that are here.
As
We
spiders?
know that. Oh, no, I was talking about the ones that are back in the thing. I haven't
Oh,
got
okay.
to the spiders yet. There are some well, there is something that webs things. There's something that webs things that clearly had to be in human form, or else we all would have seen it clearly. So it wasn't in
Well, also-
spider form.
Well, also the pins in the ceiling don't match up with the spider because it was 9 instead of 8. Yeah, exactly.
So not even 10.
No.
So,
And that might just be they didn't
No, there's
use
10.
something.
And then 4.
okay. So it's
So
10.
it's 10 on top,
Oh,
4 and 8 on the bottom.
okay. You said 5
Well,
and
I
4.
meant
So
I
we
meant
were.
two fives and 2 4s.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That would have. I wouldn't have
Okay.
even done a survival check. I would have been like, "That's a person."
No, okay. So she goes, so somebody who can clasp the
Line.
ceiling.
So some sort of a spider man.
Well,
With or without the
no.
hyphen.
Women bathroom. Spider woman.
Spider person?
Person,
Yeah.
they. A thing that
Spider.
clearly came to this bathroom for a reason. How in the world did they get a elf in there? So that's the other thing. Like, was the elf in there already hiding in the bathroom?
I was a little curious about that too because I'm a little scatterbrained sometimes, I know. But like in all reality, we saw all the elf guards leave.
Or they could have just dragged them in there. I mean,
Could have been
Who could have
outside.
dragged him in there?
into the
whatever.
It seems
So
strong.
you
enough
think
to hold
somebody
itself to
followed the
ceiling.
elves outside after they got the fake prints and then grabbed him, climbed up the wall outside, opened the window, shoved him through, put him on the toilet and killed him?
No, I don't think all of them came in the first place. I think maybe there was one outside,
According
in the
according
hallway.
to Violet, there were more outside.
Yeah, so
like,
he just
based
wasn't
off-
part of the rude set that came in. He was the one that was out in the hallway to make sure everything looked fine. And then, unfortunately, something made him. Well, oh, that's something. So can she thinks
Also,
about it.
should
and
we be blending into the party or should we leave? 'Cause at this
So we're
point,
just
there's a
out
lot.
talking. We're just out talking away from. She goes, "Was that body drained of blood, or were they just killed?"
I think most of it was on the floor.
At
So they were
that-
just killed.
Someone may have interrupted something.
at that
Oh.
too.
Well, she wouldn't know that part, but and she goes, "Okay, this is a lot. I'm tired. Wait, where are the other two?"
They went out and climbed up to the roof. So that's why I'm asking if we should leave because they're both outside now.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
Or we can deal with our shit because all 3 of us have something to do with 3 people. that are
We're
still in the
gonna
party.
go tell. We need to tell somebody, and then we need to leave.
Okay.
And so she looks around. Is there anyone that she can see? She's not walking up to anybody, but is there anybody she can see that looks like they'll be able to, I don't know, and like they have pull or something, like maybe the wizard or the owner of this house or whatever?
in the ballroom itself or outside the area, the hallway?
So we're outside in the
So
hallway.
as you're kind of in the hallway, you do notice that the wizard is talking to Primwater towards the kind of
Primwater owns this
he
house,
owns
right?
the house.
Yes.
Okay. So she looks over and she so she says, all right, y'all. And we move out of the way, but where she can still see Primwater, but they won't be able to see us directly.
Mhm.
And she
Oh.
sends a message to Primwater. And she changed her voice to her like business voice. Oh no, he heard her business voice. So she's gonna switch to her other voice, which is, she goes, you might want to go check your bathrooms. There's somebody bleeding out in there. And then she goes, go, 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 go. So she sends a message to Primwater, basically telling him that there's a body in the bathroom. And then she's just like, let's go, let's go, let's go.
At this moment, as you do that, there's suddenly this confusion for a second, and he thinks to himself what the wizard was saying. He's kind of repeating in his mind. He got a little distracted, and all you heard was he's having a meeting with the fish sticks rep tomorrow night. And then he's like, what? Who's this? What?
And she kind of in her mind, not sending it to him, but just because she has to be able to, she can tell when she's sending and not. She's like, she just kind of to herself, like, and she's like, what? And, she's shoving the rest of everybody else out. She's like, you got to find the other two. We're not going to be here for this crap.
Okay. So as you move back into the ballroom, you hear some kind of commotion at the front, and Primwater comes back in, and he's like, and he gets a servant or two, and he starts kind of commanding to do. Are you gonna stay for the party, or are you gonna try to leave?
We need to find the other two. But for right now, we need to be where everybody is, so there's no
Yeah.
suspicion.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So at this moment, there seems to be some people are kind of like, you can try to either do a stealth or a performance check to try to move outside, maybe with some other people, convincing them to, some people are maybe leaving at this time too, if you want to kind of blend in.
Muse is going to head over, Dragon Mist and Lazuli with her to go introduce themselves to the sea captain lady.
Okay.
Oh. So she's like, we mingle, we talk, we act normal. And so she walks over and she goes, it's a pleasure to meet you. And she,
It's a pleasure to meet you
sea
too.
captain lady person. Are you enjoying the festival? Other than the stuff in between, are you enjoying yourself? I'm Muse. These are my acquaintances, my party.
Muse, yes.
And she...
It's quite entertaining, I must say. It's not the normal party. It's a little bit more issues. And then you can see kind of some commotion going on, and some of the servants are gasping, and they're like, what? And then at this point, the two Timuroks, the grandchildren of the founders, are like,
Oh yeah.
we're out of here. And they kind of they're starting to leave. And then Copperlock is shoving some up, like, that's my time. And Copperlock is starting to shove, and she's starting to leave too, because clearly there's something going on they do not want to be a part of.
And so she goes, seems the party might be coming to a close?
Yes. By the way, I'm Nifran.
Nice to meet you. And your acquaintances?
This is the Silver Maiden, Ilana.
And Muse is, I think we've met before. Nice to meet you, my lady.
She's kind of like, not really smiles, but kind of acknowledges the your presence.
Yeah, and Muse has a little smile. Like when she does make eye contact with her, she kind of winks at her, which probably makes her blush. So she kind of winks at her and like, and then she introduces to the others, and she goes, "Are you staying, or are you?" Seems some of the bigger invitees are leaving, and just wanted to at least come by and say hello. And if you ever need of services, just as I try to tell the interrupters, my party is always open to help those that are in need
That
for a fee.
well, interesting. I'll have to see. I think that's a possibility, but I think I agree with
And she
you.
goes, "Oh, and one other thing, if you are ever in need of goods in Baldur's Gate, I am your woman
Oh,
or tiefling."
interesting, Betty. So
For both.
we'll have to chat sometime soon on this. I should be in the harbor for a couple more days, but
And
we'll
she
catch up.
she nods. She goes, and she shakes. So she grabbed one of those candies,
Mhm.
and so she shakes her hand and basically places one. And she's like, "Just a sample of our goods."
And around this time, the captain's kind of noticed, like, I think that it is a time to leave. Shall we all like?
Oh yes, and she
agree.
turns, like Muse turns to leave with like a flourish, and her gown changes. She's like, "Yes, I think this is more comfortable to leave in anyway."
And then as you leave, a few people are like, "Thank you, Primata. It was a fun party." And she's like, yeah, it's obviously flustered, like something. And then the wizard kind of looks over and goes, and looks at you, Muse, kind of eyes, and goes,
And she just gives him the same
"Yep."
energy.
And she's like, "Okay." He's interested, very interested. So
And as she's about to turn the corner, and she goes, and she just turns the corner.
okay,
She's in that black number.
oh, oh yeah. And this is where we're gonna, as you're leaving the door and you're getting out, and you start to break your carriage is over at the your carriage will start loading up and start bringing you back over to the Wicker Goat, and that is where we're gonna take a quick break.
Did we leave the two behind?
No, they're gonna be jumping down and joining you in just a
Oh.
moment. But
I would have went off and grabbed them while you were showing off.
but we're gonna run to a quick break, 5 minutes, and then we'll be right back. So join us. welcome. We are back. Yes, we are back to have some fun and find out about the party mysteries, the party murder mysteries. And also, the group has just left the party in the carriage, getting back to the wicker goat.
Wait,
Yes, Mist?
I wanted to say, I think that as Mist was leaving the party with Muse, she probably would look at the maiden, the silver maiden, and like wave to her and not realize where she's going, and maybe like smack walk into like a stone column or something.
Yeah.
It just seems very
Yeah,
Mist.
yeah.
Like
What's really funny
that
is
would
we're
happen.
leaving with the Silver Maiden.
right, but like as they're separating, as they're going to their college
okay.
and she's going to her, she kind of like turns to do that like and then like bam right into
The
like
door
a
of the
lamppost
carriage.
or something. The door
I
of
was
the
about to say,
carriage.
she walks into the
Yeah.
carriage.
I'd like to
She
think you
walks
also
into
did the
carriage.
awkward, like, started to say goodbye and then, like, walk next to them for another, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
awkward
And then
amount of
finally,
time.
like, yeah,
Like,
exactly.
oh, you're going this way too, right?
Oh, yeah. Muse is going to just sigh. You're going to hear the sigh. If the sigh is just like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I gave up on love.
See,
It makes you really stupid, doesn't it?
Yeah.
so you,
When she pops her head out, she goes, "You good, friend?
Oh,
Come
yeah,
on, let's pick
never-
your ego and your pride up off the floor, along with yourself."
And let's
Let's
not
go.
ruin the dress.
Yep.
Oh, my dress. Okay. I'm not good at this, Muse.
But you keep trying.
I do. I can talk to
Unfortunately.
anybody.
Maybe you might want to stop trying
Okay.
No,
No,
I'm never gonna
and just let
trust
it.
that.
Just
Follow
let
your
it
dream.
happen. Just let it happen a little bit more fluidly.
Yeah,
Sometimes-
that's how I walked into a carriage.
No, you just weren't paying attention.
That was
But-
very fluid of you.
She goes, but I think she definitely noticed you.
Before, like in the party, not smacking into the carriage.
You guys are the best.
That I
No one
think
saw
that
that.
solidified it though.
Yeah.
Did the maiden notice her?
you're pretty sure, yeah. She had no reaction. So she was like, not just like a negative reaction or a positive reaction. She was kind of like going, there was maybe a slight concern, but she's very,
Oh, that's
she's very like
Stoic.
I mean, she's just ice.
Oh,
She's just
okay.
very solid and the emotion. She doesn't get very emotional.
Opposites attract.
She goes, "Let's get our opposite butts out of here before we get in trouble. Come on, let's
Yes.
go."
And you go, and you
Yes.
make your way to the Wicked Goat. Since we do have a limited time, unfortunately, we have to expedite a few things up. So the evening goes. Is there anything you're gonna do in the
I-
evening?
I have an interjection, just real
Yes.
quick, because we literally never did this while we were at the party. We don't have to role play
Yep.
it. Just everyone who wants to share the weird background, the weird shit that happened during the party, we share it. Like I say, there's someone possessed by a
Yes.
demon, for example, and we all know this
Yep.
now.
And you would have
No.
also had time to talk to different people. So there was actually, if we had an entire episode, we would have had one more episode of like information and mingling. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, we are time restrained on our episodes. So we
Yep.
would have had an
Yeah.
entire episode of just mingling. So we might pop in
Yep.
some more information a little bit later. But yes, is there anything specific you want to
So then I would say that I would kind of have run out into the woods and kind of saw where the body was. I tried to do a little bit more tracking and probably just didn't turn up anything
No,
else. Yeah.
They only found 2 bodies.
All right. So then I would just kind of take Violet and be like, well, I thought there might be a little bit more here, but I guess I'm not as skilled a tracker as Lazuli is, so I'm gonna go.
Well, it looks like everyone's leaving anyway. And oh, there's our friends. We should
Yeah.
go hop in the carriage now while there's a crowd.
Yeah, and so like as soon as like that bumped yourself and then got in like the other from the other side. The other door opens and Castrid and Violet just flop in.
Yep.
Nice for you to join us.
The trail went cold.
Also in the bathroom. Let's get out of here. So when we go back, she's gonna go. There's too much information. I gotta process through all this stuff. I'm going to bed. This is basically a waste of an outfit.
But we're sharing information, right? There's a vampiress in a red dress.
Heard about that. How you feel?
So did they do the webs?
Well, you know, I
Is that a separate
cannot.
thing?
This one probably is a magic user of some kind, you know, capable of casting webs.
Is there
It's quite an effective process, I must admit. But you know, web your prey and then do what you will with them. But
do you need to cut them up open though? I thought you guys just
that might be a choice of style.
Well, but is there anything you would do with a head as a magic user?
A head?
ahead.
Because Miss said she thinks she might have interrupted things, but the head was mostly off. Maybe it was supposed to be all the way off, and they were going to take the head to do something. Are there like spells that you need a head for?
You need them to talk to them.
And you can do that with just a head.
It depends on the
Scribbling
character,
furiously in my little.
depends on the addition of D&D, but you know.
Then let me extrapolate something. Then I think there's more than one person looking for the missing prince. Then
Yeah.
Oh, right, about that. I know the alley where that drunk that we met lives because I've followed him the first night and none of you noticed it.
oh, well, let's go there.
Yeah,
Well,
I figured we
sleep.
should wrap that up tonight.
Okay,
No, I don't know.
Well,
I don't
Muse
have
go to bed.
I'm not wrapping that up in this dress though. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh.
can I?
We'll do a
Much-
classic, go back to our rooms, change, and go out the window, caper.
I'm going to reuse the stairs like a normal person, but
She
sure.
goes the window.
Like,
What's wrong
At
with the
least-
stairs?
I
Trying to
can
be
climb with my
changed on.
claws, so like
I can
Windows.
also climb.
I can't.
Windows-
I would need a rope.
windows and doors are the same to me.
Meet out front. However you
Can-
want to meet out front.
Time skip. We changed.
Yes.
We're all back out
You're
front.
above crowd.
Yeah, it's just like we meet up front. However you get there, just meet up front.
Yeah.
I'll take them back to the alley where I found Ricky.
Yep.
Like I believe that was the first night we were
Yeah,
in town.
It was first
Mhm.
night. You-
Uh,
Ricky's
Daniel does not remember where he was, but I think that Violet, would because
remember.
he
Yep.
has.
Ricky's not there.
They could have already got
Can
him.
I track?
Give me a survival check.
Can I assist him
Sure.
with my great scenting ability?
Sure. Okay, do it with advantage.
I need one good roll. One. Just the one.
The sit right here.
13.
There doesn't look like there's tracks for probably the last 17 hours. Maybe there was something here, but nothing's been here for the long
This-
time.
This man got rid of this necklace and ran.
Because he knew he would, and it, like yes, because he knew they were coming. Good to know.
All right.
there
Anyways, that's
anyone
enough
I-
shenanigans.
Okay.
Go
Is there
ahead.
anyone
Go ahead,
around we
Violet.
could ask if they've seen Ricky?
Not
Okay.
really. I mean, you could walk around, you would have talked to someone, and no one's seen Ricky for. Yeah, it's a little odd. No one's really seen Ricky.
Yeah, I was going to suggest we go back to the bar and ask because
Yep.
you know people usually kicked him out of the bar.
And going back, they're like, yeah, we haven't seen him. He's strange, but yeah, we haven't seen him.
Did anybody would? I know he's a nuisance to you, but would he Like, people try to hurt him?
Oh, no one. Well, there's probably some people who would rough him up a little bit, but nah, he's a staple.
How long has Ricky been in Saltmarsh?
20 some years.
It's pocket change. Okay.
It's like a weekend for the unelf. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Lazuli's going to bed.
Everyone going to bed? Anything else going on? All right. Violet,
Fade.
last chance.
I don't know. Violet has had his eyes open to just all kinds of things that magic and sociologically and otherwise that he's not going to sleep
Okay.
tonight.
And poor kitty.
Are you not going to sleep at all? Or are you going to try to?
Yeah, I mean, literally, if that means taking a level of exhaustion, I think
I was
that's
going
right.
to say, if you can't, I would.
I am completely freaked out that all these people are like, we just saw this wild stuff and we're just going to go to
I'm
bed.
going to leave you with, it's up to you. If you want to, and I fully support, would you like to make a roll to see if you can fall asleep, or just say, you know what, you can't fall asleep. You have a level of exhaustion, and I'm beautiful. I love it because it would be
I don't know.
right in there.
Is that a wisdom check?
Yeah, I'd say a wisdom check.
Wasn't that one?
Yeah, you're not falling asleep. You are not falling asleep. You will get a level of exhaustion. That just sealed the deal. Yeah, that's and best idea ever. I love it. Absolutely love it. When you do get back, there is a note left for you from the painter.
Us?
Yes, the painter.
Oh.
If I can remember his name offhand, it is Aldo, or sorry, Montego. So Montego is like,
Yes.
he's like, here, tomorrow morning, 11 at 10 a.m. as the sun comes up, meet me at the bridge. Your portraits will be painted. Do not delay. 10 a.m. I will be there. You be there. And it's all written like this. If you are not, our deal is off.
He's a very dramatic person.
Trying to read what notes I had for this man. I have some word that starts with Q. I'm not even going to attempt it.
If you asked.
So in the morning,
You wake up, you get
Yes.
breakfast.
goes on. She asked the really happy guy that usually serves them. Still haven't seen elf
Ricky
guy,
Bobby?
The drunk.
Ricky.
Bobby?
Haven't heard. No. Heard there's some commotion
Does he
last
al-
night about the party, but how was the party?
Mm,
Oh my
Oh my god.
god. I
don't
was-
know anything about
Was
that.
it fun?
Well, there was a thing. There was a thing.
So, well, there was a really amazing dance between these two as
Ooh.
Castron's coming down the stairs and Mist has been, now I'm doing it. Mist,
I'd like to point out, I have not done it once tonight.
My planet's working.
you're doing great. Mist has probably been up for like 4 hours. And Castron's coming down the stairs about 5 minutes after Lazuli. There was an amazing dance between these two. Beyond that, the Displacer Beast was fantastic.
Ooh.
Oh,
To
there was
perfection.
also a thing, just a slight thing with elves, but that's fine. That
There was an attempted kidnapping and murder.
I just
To put it bluntly, that is. But
Yeah,
you know,
it was amazing. Heard. Again, Carl's running around doing his thing, being happy, talking to you, and getting all the intrigue.
What'd you hear about it, Carl?
He says
What's
that
the
some
news?
elves came in, disrupted the party for a while. There was some interactions. They left with someone, the prince, and supposedly the prince isn't the prince. So there's rumors on that. And then the guards, the militia came, but then were shooed away, and that was it. So they took some statements from someone, and that was about it. But again,
that about sums it up.
you you did also have your morning love bliss between Ono
Oh yeah,
and
Lazuli tries not to
Carl
puke. Yeah.
with the delivery of pastries and the happy engaged couple.
Oh, there's that
Yeah.
again.
That's this. So that happens. There's a few other things going in. The morning kind of goes in, and it's getting towards late morning for actually instead of 10, it's like 9 for pictures. There's good light at that time.
So about a half hour before we head out to go to meet him at the bridge, the pictures, Miss is gonna be like, "Okay, I will meet you guys there. I have something I have to go take care of," and she takes off across town.
Okay. What is Miss doing?
Ow.
Well, wouldn't I will let everyone
Okay.
know when I get to the picture scene.
Perfect. All right. So
Huh.
the morning kind of goes, mist runs
What's
off.
that about?
Yeah.
What's that about?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Strange.
Violet would follow you if he were not completely exhausted and unable to process that.
I feel like you're just like, no.
You know, some days I look at Carl and I kind of miss that feeling, but then also just like everything else we dealt with last night, I'm good.
Pictures.
So you
Let's do something normal for once.
Yeah.
Let's just
No,
go.
Castron's in
We're
his
wearing
ba-
normal.
Yeah, I was gonna say Castron's in his basic clothes again. Like
I
he's
was
not
gonna
in
say,
the
we want it
fancy
to be
clothes.
like natural,
Yeah.
right? We want to look like ourselves.
But oh, there's no way I'm not in my armor.
Yeah.
So
you're
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. Was
I learned vampires are real last night. So
do you have like a giant scarf on?
Did
Yeah.
did Violet say that out loud?
there's a distinct smell of garlic coming from me this morning.
Yeah, as like we're walking to like where they're taking the portrait, and Castron just look. You know, you smell funny, right?
Well, you're a chef. That would make sense that you would pick that up.
Yeah. You know, it is kind of irritating to me. Getting into like I'm having kind
Oh,
of
you
a
must not
reaction.
cook with that.
Yeah, I don't
It's like me with
usually-
red onion. You know, it just makes me really cry. It's bad.
Violet, question. Are you trying to?
Lazuli, red onions, question mark.
Oh my God. She goes, Violet, are you trying a new cologne?
I'm trying anything that'll keep us safe.
From what, Violet?
Does this stuff happen to y'all all the time?
No. What are you trying to get us? What are you warding against, Violet?
Vampires and giant spiders and
Violet, do you know what Gloom Boy is?
Yeah, I literally I take a file and just go.
yeah,
I mean,
he's a
you've
chef.
been- Violet, no,
Well, yes, but no.
yes, but there's more.
Are we really about to break this to him before the picture?
No, she just says that. She just says that. And she
Okay.
goes,
I put
what you mean.
I put an arm around you, Violet, and I'm like, you see, I am what they call a vampire, which is not a full vampire, but I do need the sustenance of blood. And you know my morning routine. I ordered the steak. I drained it into my bag, my water skin here, and I drink out of it periodically through the day to help nourish me. But I don't actually eat the steak. And
I thought you were
boy.
just
You know,
really
she-
into sushi and really rare meats.
she goes, you mean in that notebook you never put? So you didn't know?
Wait, is Mist a vampire too? Because she can fly.
no,
That's a different kind of strange.
No.
Wait, so are not all vampires bad?
Is Castron bad?
No, he tries to heal people every chance he gets.
There's your answer then.
He's the kindest person of us.
I don't know about that part, but yeah, sure.
He's gloomy, but he's always trying to help other people.
That is true.
Well,
So
see,
you have your
most
answer, right?
so what I try to do is I have discovered that people who are same as me, they are the ultimate takers. They take everything. They take life, blood, money, status.
Nothing wrong with taking money.
But for me,
Earn money.
because my affliction was a result of an accident, and I was embraced by the darkness of Shar to be involved with her church, and so I have devoted my life to being the opposite, in which I give of myself to everyone, even though that I need to take the blood to sustain myself. I find other ways to do that.
Violet just fully takes out his notebook and pulls out like a whole middle section of pages and then starts scribbling furiously and doesn't talk to anyone for a while.
Also, not caring if Violet's actually listening or not, Luzuli will go, oh, to answer your previous question, no, I've never dealt with a vampire, but I have dealt with, and just starts naming off everything from like your typical goblin all the way up to an eldritch horror, and just kind of lets the list go.
These are all real. Oh, okay.
Yes, welcome to the wilds. And
Giant toad. Oh wait, you were there for that one.
And then Muse goes, I mean, beings like myself exist, so other beings could exist as well.
I mean, yeah, like I have stone for hair.
And my eyes literally have, I mean, I'm a whole different color. And then Miss got her situation going on, and you have your situation going on.
honestly, I am envious of you, Violet.
Velvet Violet.
Yeah, it
That's
feels
with
good.
the hat.
It feels
Velvet
good.
Violet.
Velvet Violet.
It feels good when I pet your fur. Sorry. And then he
We
says,
didn't tell people about what happened on the wall last night, but okay.
I know, I won't. And then, but I am envious of you because you lived most of your life in the bog and did not have the same experiences that I did. I was a farmer before I became what I am, and so I was going to live the quiet life, and now I have to take a different life choice.
This is why I came out of the bog. I mean, the witch never told me anything about any of this.
Oh, okay.
I just want to learn.
Muse goes, oh, I forgot to say something last night. I forgot about this. Kind of busy trying to get out. Does anybody know what fish sticks mean?
No.
It's a food.
Really?
It's a weird food. Like a kebab, but with fish.
Well, I understand a fish kebab, but a stick.
Jay, what was the thing that I heard again?
The comment that you heard in your mind as you were giving this, it was almost as he was listening to the wizard saying something and was repeating it in his mind because he got confused. So you're pretty sure the conversation came from the wizard and he repeated it. And he said is, okay, he's having the meeting with the fish sticks rep tomorrow night.
And so she would repeat that. She's like, does that make sense to any or is it that he missed there's a rep, but it's not fish sticks, it's something that sounds like fish sticks?
It could be
Definitely
about
think it's
spears.
I think it's about fish sticks. Well, not. I think it's about fish with sticks.
Yeah, on our way here, we fought fish people that had weapons, which would be sticks.
Oh, the Sahuagin?
Yeah,
I don't know what you call them.
yeah.
Yeah,
the
that's what they
well,
call
they're more shark people, but yeah.
They were, I think, well,
Oh.
sorry, out of character. They were Shoggin, weren't they?
Sahagin.
Yep.
Sahagin.
Sahuagin, Sahuagin, whatever you want to call them. Fish head guys.
Fish sticks.
Fish sticks. And then she kind of explains why her,
Hmm.
But
it's just like
who's
that's
meeting with
been
them?
running. Yeah, that's been running in my head. I only heard part of it, and we had other problems. There's a lot going on around here.
Like getting
But
our,
we have a painting.
yeah, I was say getting our picture painted.
It makes
right
sense
now.
that encounter that we had on the way out wasn't just a one-off that was meant to go away.
It seems to be a lot like that, don't you think?
Strange.
She like put that in your book,
I'm
Violet.
in the circle.
Put that in your book because I feel like that's gonna.
Does anybody have any extra paper?
Hands you another notebook.
So at this point, I think we would have arrived.
Yeah. Yeah, we're totally at the painter now,
Yeah.
at the bridge.
It's Misty Mist.
Misty?
So when you guys get to the painter at the bridge,
Oh Lord.
Mist is there, and she's got a brush in one hand, and she's got the purple sheep with her, and she's brushing the sheep out and moving it.
No.
And she's making the sheep look all pretty for the picture.
Vito, I will throw it off this bridge right now.
I will intervene in you doing that.
I mean, I kind of know Mist would just cast Levitate on it.
Not if it's on in flames.
Okay.
He's
No, we are not having fucking
no. Yes,
No,
it's
no.
our mascot. It's our company mascot.
It's not.
It
Our
It's not.
mascot is Violet.
Okay.
is an employee, not a mascot.
So Violet's the face.
I would have thought a co-owner, if anything, but
Exactly.
Well,
Okay,
you're
so-
Right,
that,
but also
but you're the face. That's what
but
I meant by
employees can
mascot.
also be co-owners.
but the
Yeah,
face is
capitalism,
different
but-
than the mascot. The sheep has. Come on, guys, please.
Just let her have that. Just let
Branding
her
is
have
important.
it.
all over the place. That has nothing to do. What has this sheep done to get us money? What has this sheep done? Give me a good reason why this
All right.
sheep should be
All right.
attacked.
Branding
The
is
thing-
important, and I have a
Alright.
strange sense
Because-
that in hundreds of years, people will still be talking about this sheep.
Mist,
I don't give a hoot.
Mist.
Unless in thousands of years they're giving us money because of this sheep.
But that's the thing.
I
is
don't know how
you
residuals
could you
work.
could trademark this as the sheep as part of a
We
logo.
don't even know if this is really a sheep.
Time out. Mist. Mist.
What?
I will let you have this on the condition that I get 5 minutes
With the sheep?
with the sheep.
Well, that's getting getting rather awkward.
I
then-
cast speak with animals.
And
No
then I
deal.
will.
I mean,
Oh, well, you can just
talk
do that
to
in
the
front of
sheep
us.
if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, like that could be around y'all, but I requested 5 minutes
Oh, okay.
because, like,
Well, it
I'm
sounds
the
like you
only
want it
one that-
alone.
Yeah,
I
that's what I was implying. That's
sorry.
what I thought.
Yeah,
you were
it
saying.
sounded kind of
My
weird.
apologies. That is not what Lazuli meant.
It's fine.
Lazuli would have said it
No.
much better and more
Have-
stone cold face.
Have you only recently
Brandon's
learned
like,
to speak
I
to
want
animals?
nothing to do with this thing, but Jay put it in front of us, so I need to know what it is. I cast speak with animals and use my freaking. Ah!
How does speak with animals work with you? Specifically, this
Okay.
spell.
Specifically for me, like how I cast it, is that what you're
I would like to
asking,
know how
or
you cast
how it works?
And I gotta look up the
Okay.
spell too for a second. So,
Okay. So basically the way Lazuli cast it, he would have actually integrated that Druidcraft
Mhm.
bracer kind of into his armor because he liked the design of it. So it would begin to glow, and the druidic energy coming off of it would be like the profiles of different animals. You would see a bear, a bird, a fish, and and that's kind of constantly shifting while the spell is active for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
And basically he'll do the like talking through his hand, and that's speak with animals.
Okay.
And then taking away the hand, he's addressing other people, talking to the sheep, addressing other people.
It sounds like you're buying the whole time.
Yeah, kind of. I think like talking through the hand, it would become whatever speech the animal is hearing.
Okay.
Animal.
Yeah, that's the other thing is we're gonna find out.
All right. We're gonna expedite this a little bit too. So, what are you trying to say to the sheep?
What are you?
Uh,
I'm gonna ask a bunch of existential questions to try to see if it's sentient.
And you first, everyone hears, "Bah." And then
Wow, it's actually working.
Lazuli, you hear sheep. Been called sheep. Purple sheep.
Are you under the effects of a spell?
Silence. Spell.
Okay. Have you always been a sheep?
Sheep. Yes, I'm sheep. Purple sheep.
I kind of have to assume, since Speak with Animals works, its intelligence is low enough that it wouldn't know a language and therefore be lying to me. So, all right. Folks, I think it's just a freaking sheep.
Lazuli, give me insight check with disadvantage, please.
What? I've already been rolling shit, Jay. Why do you do this to me? This is gonna be the one I get a nat 1 on. I can feel it.
You get like a 20 and a
Wow,
19.
no. Okay, you said insight.
Insight check at disadvantage.
That is a 14.
And as you get done talking, you're like, it's a sheep. It kind of looks at you and gives you a wink.
Bye. Bye. I'm gone. Bye.
I still got 5 more minutes.
No, this is at the end. At the end of everything and all the conversations and everything else, you're like, you ask it, it's the same response. It's the same response. And you're like, you get to the point where you're.
Violet has to stop me from throwing it off the bridge. I won't roll checks. I will let Violet stop me, but I am gonna try
I
to
do a reflex thing.
I'm gonna yeet this
Okay,
sheep.
You try to eat the sheep?
And then Violet stops me. No roll necessary. I just
Okay, 'cause
role
I rolled
play
a nat
wise,
20.
that is exact. Well, okay, let me. Yeah, that's mine would have been, well, I have to use, I could use acrobatics. So that would have been 18. So yeah, you would have won. But anyways, no roll necessary, just like in the moment. As soon as that happened, Lazuli would have picked it up and tried to chunk it over.
You would have had a very distraught Mist holding on to the end of the rope around the sheep, yelling at you and saying, "No, you promised me! It gets to be in our painting!"
I didn't promise no such thing.
I said I wouldn't stop you, but then it winked at me, and I want to throw it off this bridge to see it fly
didn't
like the
wink at
dragon
you.
it
The
is.
sun was probably in its
Nobody
eyes.
else
You're
thought
so
wink.
paranoid.
Y'all do realize
Liz.
sheep can't wink, right? Like it's physically and fine. And Lazuli
Liz
will
goes,
write
"Look,
some notes and
It-
not care.
You had a long evening.
I slept, unlike Violet.
who was able to stop you?" Now, okay. News kind of goes,
Well, I should have
Speaking
been
of,
at
you should have rolled
disadvantage, I
at
think.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
you should have
Yeah.
rolled with disadvantage, yeah. So Muse kind of goes, okay, we need to get this painting
And
done.
the very during this time, he's all happy.
Oh, you can't see it.
Can't see it.
Darn. The green screen's against me. It says sheep is lie. Sheep is lie.
Oh. What would you have rolled? Did you roll again, Daniel? Or just
It was a 7 plus whatever, but that wouldn't have beat whatever
No,
Lazuli
it
had.
went to,
Oh, I
yeah.
had 18.
it was really at 18, yeah. Okay, so Muse goes.
But you accepted the roll at the time.
No, it's fine.
No, I'm not retconning it.
Yeah. So
I didn't even require a roll.
she goes, all right. We need to get this painting done because
Yep.
it's gonna be very profitable.
Yep.
I will tell you, Miss, I am not happy. This is not part of the whole situation. I don't
It
trust
is
that
not our
thing.
mascot.
And
It can be in the painting, but it is not our
cursed
mascot.
and it turns around and it tries to kill us,
I am.
If it tries to kill us, I'll kill it.
Don't believe you.
no.
I think you will try.
If it tries
I
to
don't
kill us,
believe you.
I'm gonna kill it.
You probably explain away why it's trying to kill us.
Try. I said try. If you don't try, then you're not gonna die.
And it just
And
starts
so
eating.
Think of how great it's
Uh,
going to be when this is on every toilet in the city.
But
town.
we
Why
were
is
all,
it?
the people who
We're gonna
actually
be a
Yes,
town.
were.
but cute animals attract attention, and they will look at the picture more. Okay, sir. Yes, we're ready to go.
We hear you. We're having an existential issue
Oh,
over here.
Guess,
Okay,
guess what?
look.
Sidetrack. Okay, so everybody
We
get in position.
will-
I'm gonna get something else to talk about.
And he gets you into
I got something to
positions.
talk
He
about.
starts painting you all in this great picture
And while we're
Where
standing there,
where is this sheep
next to
We can
Miss.
talk
exactly
about-
in the?
it's next to Miss. Yeah, she's holding on to the pretty ribbon that is like on it. And
I assume Mist is front and
Yeah,
center
she's-
holding the sheet.
Mist is
No.
Mist is on the right. Actually, it goes Mist. It would be like Mist, and then Muse, Lazuli, Violet, and then Castron.
I'm
When
not
we're
gonna
all
let
getting
Lazuli
into
and Muse-
when we're all getting kind of in place, I pass Mist and go, I am just happy that you're happy. And then he just kind of moves, and then he moves past and
Well, since I'm
Yeah.
standing next to her, do I hear that?
sure, why not?
And she just goes.
I hate all of this right now.
And she just again.
oh,
this might
do you
be
guys
some-
know what I heard? But you guys, while I was brushing Woolly Bo Peep here,
Wait, you named
we all named
been-
it.
We named it
It's
the
been
first
named.
episode.
Crew,
Yeah.
The crew.
it? You erased that, and I thought you. Oh, fine.
Willy Bo Peep.
Anyways, so you know the guy that works at the place that we're staying? Oh, and she like crux her posture because you know she's kind of moving while she's talking and she's got to hold still. So his like fiance was here. She was like over there. And the wizard guy from the party last night was like being really like kind of mean to her. I heard him say, "You will be with me." She's engaged to somebody else. How can that even be a thing?
Wait,
Oh no.
Oh, I do remember
Muse
hearing about
thinks
that.
about it for a quick second, and she goes, "Nah." mm-mm." She looks more like I'm gonna be in this painting.
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna be like.
Well,
I
that
hope
could get
he's
us a
not cheating
discount
on our really like our really really nice like innkeeper guy because I really like him.
or that could get us a discount on our displacer cloak.
blackmail? You're saying
Now Muse starts paying attention again. She goes,
Sorry, that was Violet's second moment of insight on the episode.
and
When
so she
I-
goes,
Lazuli, do you ask her that in character? When did
I-
you learn about this?
I
no, that's
I
what
don't-
Muse is about. Just now she's
Well-
got an interest. She's like,
I'm gonna let,
It's
I'm gonna
while
let
I
you
was-
do it.
Okay.
I'll say you announced that to the group. As Jay said it, your Lazuli and Muse are both between us, and I whispered that to Muse.
yeah. And she, because Muse is standing next to you, and she goes, because she was like, I refuse. And then she hears that, and she goes, so how'd you spill the beans?
I had gone to get Woollybo sheep here.
Yeah, the sheep. Uh-huh.
And we were walking back, and before we got to the bridge, just over
Mm.
there by that big rock, they were standing over there. And I heard him say that to her, and then she got really mad and she like pulled her arm away very dramatically and stormed off.
And was other people, could they see the whole thing, or was it just because you were there, you saw it?
I mean, I didn't really scan the room, so I don't know. I'm sure the painter probably saw it unless he was busy setting up.
Wait, here?
It was
here?
right
Yeah, like
here,
right over
right
there.
over here,
It was
like
a little bit
10
fur-
feet over
actually, It
there.
was a little bit further away. She was delivering some pastries,
okay.
probably to the
So-
copper or the mining
So,
guild,
like-
because the wizard's
Yeah.
tower is over in that way, and because it was like when you first got Willy Bo Peep.
Maybe he was mad he didn't get a croissant.
No, he said, "You will be with me." He did not say, "I will eat your croissant."
I mean, it might.
And so
I'm trying to keep a straight face through that.
she kind of thinks to herself, and she's like, there's a lot wrong with this place.
There is. That's why we should become slumlords.
Mhm.
And so these are the days of our lives. And then he just kind of stands there.
We'll start a slum and we'll do some bardic epics.
Mm.
Not epics, but like I don't know.
Build a
serials.
general hospital.
All
Mhm.
right, so we're gonna.
So she goes, huh? Is the painter
The
there?
painter's here, and he's
right? He's
painting and everything else.
And he's been in this town for a while,
A
yes?
few weeks, a few months. Yeah, he's been here for a little while. He's
And she goes, because she's like, Mr. Painter,
yes.
do you know?
Yes.
She's like, just my lips are moving, sweetie. She goes, do you know about the wizard in these here
Yeah,
parts?
the scary wizard. Yes, he has ears all over town. Secrets are never without him knowing.
Interesting. So he's not a upstanding wizard of the community?
Some say he's mystical dark arts. Others say that he is a powerful wizard that should not be trifled with. He has a mean streak in him, some others say. Other times he's very he only looks out for himself, but he will do favors for everyone, but it generally benefits him.
Hmm. She goes, interesting. And the young lady from the bakery, what about her?
And he's just oh.
Yes, she's a
Oh, she
sweetheart.
is.
Yes,
She's
I
the
know.
most beautiful woman in town. Carl is such a lucky. Those two are madly in love. I've painted them, and it just their love just oozes. It's so beautiful.
Hmm. By any chance, was she betrothed to anyone else?
No, there are many people that wanted her, and she rejected them all. Carl was the only one.
Hmm. Interesting. When the wizard just walks around the place and just
He
does wizardy things.
stays in his tower most of the time. That's why for some reason, he knows it all. Strange. His mystical arts.
Okay. And she goes, thank you. Just trying to get to know all the locals, you know.
Because, unfortunately, our time is going to be shortening up, we're going to fast forward a little bit. So the afternoon, this is going to take a good 3 hours, unfortunately. The afternoon kind of goes through. The evening, as you get for dinner, this is the important that the stuff. So at dinner time, Carl's not there.
Uh-oh.
And as dinner comes, that's one thing you notice. Carl's not there for dinner.
Uh-huh.
And then after about halfway through dinner, Carl comes in. Very mopey, very sad.
Oh boy.
And he looks like he's been crying.
Oh boy.
And he's not cheerful at all. And he's just kind of serving up the food.
Hey, Carl.
Hi.
Oh, here we go.
Your usual tonight?
Unless you have any great recommendations, sure.
No. No.
Okay, what's wrong with you?
What do you mean something's wrong with me?
Oh, Carl, don't be
You
sad.
are dripping on the table, Carl. Your face, it's leaking on the table. And she kind of wipes the area. She goes, okay, just sit. Just sit. Let it out.
I don't. I mean, I thought she loved me, and she said she loved me, but I don't understand why she could change it. She said she doesn't love me anymore, and she just.
Did she
told
look
it
like
out
she
the
was
dog.
crying?
No,
Did she look like she had been crying
no.
before?
She just stone face cold looked at me and said, "She's it's over. She doesn't want anything," and she started walking to the east.
To the east?
started
Like,
walking.
just stop walking.
Went for a
Father, I
walk.
think.
The east to sea.
No,
Yeah.
the east is where the
Map-
tower
No,
is, right?
That's the west.
maps.
So north is a little bit more. East is where the if you kept on going east is where you would have been Seaton. So you came in from the sea.
Oh, sorry.
So it's the on the map. If you're looking at the map, it's going to be to the to your right. That's the east.
So that the map we have.
The map we
North is-
have has east as what would normally be north.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Compass
does?
roses.
Yeah.
Let me double check there. Let me see that again. That should
So-
be.
We have the normal Saltmarsh map
Oh yes.
for those
Oh yeah. So
wondering.
yeah, north. That's what. Yeah. Okay. So east. Yeah. It's heading up. So you're.
She started
after-
going.
East
Yeah,
is up.
East is
Okay.
up. So you're going past 24. She's going towards past 28, 26, 25, and she's going to head up, and that goes up to Seaton. I was thinking of the map tilted.
And,
But yeah,
and which way is the
the
Wizard
Wizard
Tower?
Tower is west. It is number 6 on the map.
Oh,
Over the
Oh.
Alchemist
And the Alchemist is way.
is
No,
26.
the Alchemist's
Ooh.
house is 2 miles east of town.
Towards
Oh.
Seaton.
Well, we've been there.
Yeah.
Ah.
So we would know that.
Yes.
So Muse leans over to Violet and she goes, want to go for a little bit of a run?
I don't understand.
She kind of whispers this off to Violet as he's
It was
crying
all
and
I don't understand. She just.
Violet's
I'm
already
concerned
gone.
She's okay because she just left, and everyone's concerned about her.
Hey, Carl.
Yeah.
Has she ever looked that stone faced in her life?
No, never.
That's all right. That's all I
That's
need to
not the-
know. I don't even notice that Violet's gone. I start getting ready.
Mm. Muse leans over and looks at him and she's like, I'm gonna ask you one question only. Do you know
Muffin Man.
about the wizard?
The wizard. The wizard. The wizard has thought she's always wanted to everyone wanted to be with her, and she rejected him multiple times.
Well, I'm asking you specifically, what do you know about the wizard?
Well, he's a scary wizard. So, yeah, I mean, he's a wizard, but, he's...
Okay, so you guys got engaged.
Yeah.
Is there anybody you know of that really pissed them off?
Not really, not that I could think of. I mean, she was just a...
She's never mentioned anybody bothering her.
Not that I could call. We were...
Because Miss, this is your thing, Miss. He's leaking more out of his face. It's coming out of his nose now,
Yeah,
Miss.
You're doing a great job.
No, I'm not.
Put your arm around him and pat him on the back. That's what you do.
Like this.
Yes.
And I come back, I come over and I put my arm around him and I'm just like, I'm just like, you are a wonderful person, Carl. I'm very sorry for what has happened.
Take notes. Violet, give her some paper to write stuff down.
And
Hey, Violet's gone.
Violet's gone. Yeah.
Violet's been gone.
and so, but you had to have noticed that there were other suitors that were trying to steal her away.
She would always reject them because she loved me.
I know, because she loved you. That was evident. That was
That was
absolutely.
really, really evident. It was really sweet.
Do you feel that the wizard was the most persistent, though?
I don't think so. There wasn't many.
And so there was many. So she kind of goes, okay, Carl, I know. No, I don't. Actually, I don't know if this hurts, but it seems like it hurts a lot.
Yeah.
Do you want us to try to help you?
Could you make sure she's safe? Because she walked out of the city, I think, or the village, I think.
She goes,
And-
okay.
Lazuli comes back
And-
fully geared up.
Yep.
Okay. She said, normally I would ask for some sort of fee, but you see her kind of go, but you treated us really nice.
Mist is like staring at Muse, like, don't you dare charge this man.
So we are going to do this. We are going to do this as a
Pro bono.
It's
Do it
called
pro
for
bono,
free.
I got it covered.
Free Mist. Muse.
So-
Damn it.
Ah,
Play
damn
the
it.
whole game.
And just
what she said.
it's free.
We almost made it a whole
We
episode.
almost made it a whole episode.
You're the whole thing without doing it.
Oh my god.
But we will take care of this problem.
Thank you. And he's kind of going in. And with that,
And she finally does a little pat
Yep.
pat. There.
and we're going to fade here as we see Violet rapidly running towards the city, and then eventually you will be following Violet,
Mhm.
and that is where we're going to pick up in our season finale. Thank you everyone for joining us. That was so much fun. Thank you so much. We're going to go around and please tell us who you are. Where can we find you? What projects do you have? And we are going to start with Acerson. Yes,
Me
yes.
first. Okay. Acerson. You can find me on Twitch as Acerson, and I am there on Fridays and Sundays. Fridays I have Westocalypse with Cole Sparks, who runs that, and then on Sundays I have my game that is really good game. We have a lot of fun, super dramatic stuff, epic battles, all that kind of fun jazz. You can also find me once a month, first Monday of every month, on Jarl DM's channel for an Iskloft Viking game, which is amazing. And then you can also find me over on Erasmus Expedition on the third Wednesday of every month for D&D 5e custom setting, kind of set in Three Musketeers type times, intrigue, murder, mystery, politics, secret societies in the sewers. It's a whole thing. Lots of fun. So yeah, definitely check all those out.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Justin.
Well, hi everybody. My name is Justin Mast. Adsort1 on Twitter, Adsort2 here on Twitch. And this is pretty much what I got going on. So you catch me here. I do post things occasionally on the Twitter, so catch me there. Couple of shout outs I want to make is I want to shout out to I went through a little personal situation last weekend, and as always, it was during a con that I was at where I was running games, and everybody there was so nice about the situation, and I got to, and they said I should leave early, and they took care of everything for me. So everybody at Baldwin Games, you were the sweetest people on the planet, as well as our mutual friend Fenway Jones, who was also there, who recognized me from donating to Jasper's Game Day, which is one of the best places you can do that. They help to support suicide awareness and that kind of thing, and knowing that I was in trouble and having a moment, she reached out to me and helped me through a painful moment. So much love to Fenway and to Jasper's. So for that. So thanks for all of that, everybody. And I'll be at GaryCon in March, running a couple games. So
Thank you,
That's me.
you, Justin, and prayers and everything out for you and your family. So
thank you.
Brandon.
Also, hire Justin.
Yes, hire Justin.
For actual
Yes.
play.
Yeah.
You need a player, Justin is your man.
Yeah. Hit me up, please.
And also, thank you for sharing that, Justin. Like that's
Yeah.
awesome that you.
Also, real quick, not to steal Jay's
Go ahead,
thunder.
Brandon.
But like, hey, if you're in chat and you need help, we have a help command that goes to some great resources. Also, Jasper's Game Day has some resources. Take This has resources. Plenty of places to go. You're not alone. You are a something, not a nothing. Remember that. You matter. Anyways, brighter note. Hi, I'm Brandon, aka AshenWorks. You can find me everywhere on the internet as AshenWorks, except on Twitter, where it's Ashen_works, because I still can't get the other username. But that's fine. Also, I run my own tabletop RPG channel, Huntsman's Hydra, which, hey, lovely mod powers. I can do that. We also stream stuff like Magic the Gathering. I'm trying to get some games of Red Dragon Inn going on Tabletop Simulator, and we'll have more stuff coming soon. We have a casting call that will go live on Twitter on Friday for a Pugmire D&D 5th edition game run by a good friend of mine. And then I might have a project in March. We'll see. Beyond that, I do writing and things. You can find that somewhere. It's on DM's Guild. It's on my website for free most of the time. Yeah, I think that's all I got.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brandon. Daniel, please.
I'm Hadrian X on Discord. If you want to connect with me, I stream here, and also for Shadowport, which is coming back in a few weeks. Sunday afternoons, we'll be doing that. But also,
is that also here now?
Yes, it is. Sunday afternoons,
Yep.
right?
3:30 to 6.
Starting the last weekend of February, we'll be back. Or sorry, first week of March.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Which, if you like Star Wars and role playing, which if
A
you're
good
watching
show.
this, I can't imagine why you wouldn't. But yeah, I get to play with an amazing GM, and
He's okay.
there's that. I've heard good things.
I've
from
heard some
other
good things
people.
about him.
But also Jasper's is amazing, and I'm only here because I got involved with Jasper's, and they're an amazing cause. So if you have the time, look them up, and also excited to be here. So thanks.
Thank you, Daniel. Last but never least, Crucian.
Hello, I am Christian Gill. I can be found everywhere at either Christian Gill or at J Complex, usually at J Complex. I am on the Twitters. I've only recently started tweeting again, but I should be back on the socials doing social things. I can be found on Twitch as Christian Gill or at J Complex. I will be doing a few things. On February 23rd, I will be part of the Slady's Chaotic Tiefling games that are going on throughout this month. So I will be playing a game. I think it's something. I think superheroes. Yeah, I'm going to be a superhero or something.
Woo.
So that's going to be interesting. I haven't really done that. So a superhero that's probably going to be chaotic because Can I help myself? No, I cannot. I also hopefully will be doing a few other things with a friend of the channel, Jordan Lee, D&D Jordan Lee. Aren't you doing that too, Brendan?
Potentially. I can go ahead and say it because I'm a mod. There's going to be a Dead by Daylight tournament in 2 weeks, something like that. Should be a good time.
Should be a great time because I've never played, so I'll probably get killed almost instantly. It's gonna be great. So
Hey,
that's
maybe
happening.
I'll be your killer and I'll get to kill you as the player character.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Oh, that's cheating. So yeah, so I can be found every Thursday on Talon and Claw as a cutlass as we sail the seas on our all-female team that is better than the all-male team, whatever their name is. And yeah, so that is where you can find me every week. And of course, here every other Tuesday with these wonderful people. And yes, Jasper Game Day is awesome. Also have participated in that. Great people, great initiative. So let's take that and all the other wonderful charities that are out there to help you. And yes, you're never alone. Even though you might feel like it, there's always somebody there for you. And you are awesome. So
Thank you, Christian. I am Jay, also known as Neopet3 on the socials. You can find me here every other week. In 2 weeks will be our season finale for Legends of Saltmarsh. On Wednesdays, at the Emporium for the Wayward Gamer Twitch channel, that is the Saltmarsh Legends, which is the fraternal twin, I like to call, for this game. It's set in the city of Saltmarsh 150 years later. That will be not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, and that will be wrapping up shortly for season 1, I think soon too. Daniel mentioned Sundays, starting in March, the first week of March, in the afternoon at 3:30 to 6 p.m. here on MTD. We move from Beard Beater Nerd to MTD is Shadowport Adventures, and we will be doing season 2, part 2. Also on Saturdays, you can find me at 4 o'clock for the Champions of, as I'm trying to remember the Eclipsia, which is on the Gilding Light channel, which I am playing, not gymming. So I'm playing a wonderful character with a whole bunch of wonderful people. So I'm very excited about that. I also have some projects in the future, something about some Star Wars one-shots and a possible Star Wars 3-shot. One of the one-shots might be with all Jawas. So yeah, that might be happening, and someone might be in that one that's in this group. So we're working on that, an all Jawa one shot. So keep my Twitters and information socials, keep it. And again, last shout out, we want to thank everyone that's out there who cares. We want to thank Jake for being able to help us be here. We want to help Jaspers and Fenway and all the sponsors and all the people. I wouldn't be doing this without Jaspers, because 2 years ago, I went to my first convention where in person were Jaspers, since we're located in Michigan. And when they started going online, that's when I started streaming for the first time as Jaspers Game Days. And over the course of playing in several Jaspers, I last year had the opportunity to GM during Jaspers Week on May the 4th. So they are there to help, and they're wonderful people, as well as all the other charities out there So if you can give, great. If you can't, there's help out there for you if you need it. So we appreciate everyone. And I'm going to leave you with a tagline that I'm started. And that is, please be kind and don't be a jerk. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a good weekend. Have a good week, and be safe.
who are we rating?
Oh, good point.
Yeah,
Yeah, who are we? Who do we rate?
Amphitheater is still going.
Ooh, Duval.
Amphitheater?
They're doing,
All right.
yeah, they're doing their Redwall game.
Oh yeah, the Redwall game.
I'm It's not in the.
I
got it.
literally last weekend started rereading Redwall because of this game.
Oh, the
Nice.
game, yeah.
I cannot find
Oh,
amphitheater.
Here, I got you. I'll put it in Zoom chat.
Thank you. So as you're sticking around with us, as we're kind of looking around, going, "Hey, what are we gonna do?" Because I'm
Where are we gonna hide?
I forgot That's why I couldn't find it. I
Mhm.
gotta
Yeah,
add the
the amphitheater.
amphitheater.
They get you.
Well, that's
get
a,
Mhm.
All right. We're gonna raid Duval. Duval is this game is awesome because Bill's in it. There's that I know. There's so many wonderful people in this one. Duval is an awesome GM. So again, we are gonna take off, and then we're gonna say goodbye, and then we're gonna raid. So take care and enjoy.